There are some common concerns that people have when they're considering bankruptcy, and they tend to be pretty predictable from my standpoint. The primary concern most people have is, are they going to be able to keep their car, or are they going to be able to keep their home? That tends to be the biggest question that most people have. In almost every circumstance, the answer is probably going to be yes. There are very few circumstances in which people lose a home or a car. And I think sometimes that prevents people from coming in to talk because they don't recognize that there are ways to deal with those things. Bankruptcy is the right decision when you're in debt and there is a very difficult path to getting out of debt individually. It's important to understand that, wealthy people file bankruptcy, low-income people file bankruptcy, but what matters is how overextended you are. That definition is relative. It is important that people come and talk to a bankruptcy lawyer before they make some pretty significant financial mistakes. Talking to a bankruptcy lawyer is free. You should take advantage of it. You should come in and talk to somebody because there are so many things that happen in a bankruptcy that can be helpful that people don't really recognize. Filing bankruptcy in Ohio is actually not that complicated. Bankruptcies are actually governed by federal law. So bankruptcy applications, when you file a bankruptcy petition, it's actually filed in federal bankruptcy court. I think the important thing to understand that the purpose of a bankruptcy is to eliminate debt that is dragging you down. But it can't change your financial circumstances as it relates to how much money you have coming in and what your mandatory expenses are. You can only file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy once every 8 years. I'd like to say that very few people refile bankruptcies, but of those who find themselves in a position to have to do so, it's every 8 years. If you have filed a bankruptcy within 8 years, you have to file a different kind of bankruptcy, which requires a bit more analysis. And it's called a Chapter 13, and there's a repayment program. In our office, if you're going to file a bankruptcy, you're going to pay one fee. We bundle all of our costs, our attorney fee, the filing fee for the court, mandatory credit counseling and credit reports. Those are all bundled into one price. If you're married, you can absolutely file by yourself. The good thing about bankruptcy is that the price is the same whether you're filing one person or two, and you have to be married to file jointly. But you can file without your spouse. However, your spouse's income must be calculated into your household income to determine if you qualify under that income test that is so important here. People are afraid that once they file bankruptcy, the world is going to stop for them. And that's absolutely not the case. The world continues to move. Everybody needs cars. Everybody needs places to live. Everybody needs jobs. These things are not materially impacted as after a bankruptcy if you're working on your credit score and you're working towards a goal.